On to you Capricorns out here. Hope y'all are having a great day. So for you Capricorns, you have the Chariot, the Page of Cups, and then you Capricorns have the Two of Cups. So the situation for you Capricorns, that's my cat. The situation for you Capricorns is you have the zodiac, you have the major arcana of the crabs, which is your opposite zodiac sign. So there's a lot of you Capricorns learning how to be patient, even through frustrations. We're going to get into deeper as to why. The Page of Cups and the Two of Pentacles represents, very interestingly, very interestingly, a lot of you Capricorns like someone, right? But they don't necessarily match up to decent quality people. What happened with you is that you're in a situation where for you, this is a situation where you Capricorns, essentially, you Capricorns need to, basically, you're trying to get to know them. You really tried your hardest to get to know them, but it was just frustrating because this person was always going to go ahead and kind of push you away a little bit, right? Make sure that you don't really get too close. And what you Capricorns didn't take into consideration is that maybe this person doesn't know how to socialize correctly, as it is that I've said before. Like, and I'm starting to get that now. Like, people are starting to admit that part of the reason why it is that they move the way that they move and it seems awkward is because they don't feel, they have anxiety, right? Like, they don't really know how to actually interact. So you Capricorns may want to think about that, because sometimes this is really what it is. And I've been saying this since 2021, and it is the truth. This is what happens. You know what I mean? This is what happens. Like, the interactions is not what it is that you think. That's why it is that I've been saying this, because if you know how to socialize and you have other things that's working for you, you'll be thinking to yourself, you'll be getting upset, because you Capricorns will be like, why is it that it just seems like I can't find a relationship? Like, what is going on? Why is it that people are flaking? And you'll get offended and you'll think that it's always you. Meanwhile, right, and you'll internalize that. Meanwhile, that has nothing to do with you. And now you all upset because now you think it to yourself that you Capricorns are thinking to yourselves that you Capricorns are all unattractive. And that's not necessarily the truth at all. What it is there's other factors that are at play. Not saying that you should allow yourself to turn into a slob where you don't do anything all day and you essentially become lazy. But what I am saying is the fact that you Capricorns are a lot more attractive than what you think in many different layers, not just physically, but also personality-wise. You Capricorns are attractive due to the fact of you're an individual that is ambitious, and the whole breakdown of that, the whole wrap of being ambitious means that you have direction. There's a sense of direction. You know what it is that you want, right? There's a level of focus that comes with ambition and stuff like this. That's what it is, right? A lot of the times people will underplay it truly, right? Go to the extreme and severely underplay it. And what they'll say is, oh, they'll make it about money thing, right? Money, 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 right? When they equate ambition, they talking about money. When they don't seem to understand that ambition has a whole cadre or a whole group of experiences, lessons to be learned, right? So the point that I'm trying to make here with that is you find yourself to be unattractive, right? With some of these interactions that you've had, how it is that some of these people have flaked, right? maybe they were giving you a difficult time, and then you Capricorns may have asked them, right, on some Five of Wands and the Two of Swords type stuff, okay, what is the problem? What is going on? And what would they do? They would just basically make up an excuse. They would throw it back up. They would throw the responsibility of you not getting them to come out to hang out with you. They would throw that back onto your shoulders. They would make you Capricorns seem like you were small, you were insignificant, when that's not even necessarily the case at all. And what's going on here is you Capricorns, you just, you know, you have the Hanged Man and the Five of Swords. You Capricorns feel like, okay, well, is it really you? The answer to that question is, most of the times, it's not even you. And I've talked about this before, right? A lot of it's not what it is that you think. A lot of the times when people flake, it's because they nervous at the house. They nervous at their residence. And they don't want to come outside because it's this notion of this person looking good. I'm nervous than a mug to actually go out to, they're not familiar with dating. That's why it is that they flake, because they nervous at the resident. I've been saying this. And that's what the situation is. They nervous than a mug at their residence, and they don't want to come outside. So what to date? So what is it that they'll do? They'll cancel it by calling you and telling you no. They'll flake and go hang out with their friends, right? They'll go hang out with someone who is nowhere near your caliber. Why? Because it's easier for them to do that, right? We really do have to start taking into consideration people's self-sabotaging, because that's when it starts to make more sense. Because when you look at it like the competition standpoint of view, my dear Capricorns, it'll look like people are not attracted to you, when that's not even really the case really whatsoever at all. That's not really what it is. You got a lot more people that probably are attracted to you than people that are not attracted to you. What it is that, like I said, it's just that people have to come up with, I've seen it a million times. People have to come up with excuses. And what they do is that they turn it into, this is what the Hanged Man and the Five of Swords and the Ten of Wands is about. They have to turn it into a competitive thing. This is why it is that the dating is so messed up. And I'm going to get to it, because the Hanged Man and the Five of Swords and the Ten of Wands represents, here you Capricorns are trying to figure it out if it's you, right? Like if there's something wrong with you. And the answer to that is no, not necessarily, right? There's not necessarily anything wrong with you. But this is why it is to kind of go in and give y'all some more and connect the dots some more. This is why it is, like I said before, that the dating pool is trash, because people have made it strictly an ego thing. They've made it to where if you look a particular kind of way, if you have this, if you breathe this way, you're unattractive and you're simply just out. You simply just won't do. That is a way of how people who are elitists go about handling their business, right? Them being that caught up with looks and attention seeking, right? These are elitist conversations. You understand what I'm saying? But that's not even how it is that you should honestly really mate select really whatsoever. Because what it is, right, if I'm putting you Capricorns on game, and I am, what it is this. This is what it is that a lot of people, like I said, why it is that the dating pool is trash, because it's this situation where it's like, oh, you need to fit this, you need to look like this, and it becomes this weird game of competition with everyone who is caught up in that weird game on earth. Now it's about who has the diamonds, who's flossing, who's getting the attention, who's this, who's that. When people get together in relationships, this is what makes it transactional, because now it's a sense of, okay, it's transactional now due to the fact that let me cook, right? I'm giving y'all the game. It's transactional now, because now it's everybody spent so much time, or so many people spent so much time flossing, trying to make themselves this celebrity, this overnight celebrity, right? This is why it is that when like people get to the internet, this is why you have a lot of people who get on YouTube and get on this social media thing, is because a lot of the times, I should say, those people want attention, right? But for people like myself, in not like me, there's no one like me, but I mean like people who share this kind of sentiment, who don't really care about the celebrity type stuff, we're using this internet stuff as a tool because I actually am passionate about the internet, right? I loved YouTube ever since I started, ever since 2005, since YouTube came out in 2005, I loved YouTube. You understand what I'm saying? And I knew that YouTube was the future of it, because you could sit there and you could watch videos free, right? You dig what I'm saying? And you could find anything it is that you wanted. So that's amazing. And I just saw the potential of it. But the point that I'm trying to make here is, this is why dating, it looks like it sucks for you, because you have the last two cards, which is the Empress, and the Page of Swords. You have people giving you all these issues, right? And it seems like they're essentially coming to take your head, right? Metaphorically speaking, of course. But that's not even really what it is for you Capricorns, right? What it is that you Capricorns still are not taking consideration. Maybe, you know, especially if you step to people correctly, maybe you just have to shrug your shoulders and just be like, all right, it is what it is, and not take it too personally because you look that fly. So, because it is that way. So, let's clarify. Yeah. The King of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the King of Cups, and then you have the Tower card to clarify the Empress. The King of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, right? The Six of Wands, you Capricorns have to learn to be clever. What it is that a lot of people are playing games with you Capricorns because they're scared of going out with you. They're anxious to go out with you, you know? And then you have the King of Cups and the Tower. What it is that you Capricorns should be looking for to help you out even more is a person who isn't afraid to actually go out with you in the first place. So that's pretty much it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to over 100K. We're actually pushing 16,000 right now. Really appreciate all the love that I'm getting. Leave a comment as well. Leave a like. Please make sure to watch the video all the way through if you could. We really appreciate it. And please come through and get my readings, the birth chart readings, the books that I have there on Amazon, as well as my merch. The link to all of that stuff is in the comment section below. It does help to keep the channel going. Peace.